What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about England's North-South divide. So, from what I now understand, people in England describe themselves as being either a northerner or a southerner, which honestly I really didn't even know was a significant thing in England. So today I want to check out this video by Jay Foreman explaining exactly where this north-south divide actually is in England and what the significance of this is. So let's take a look.
Am I a northerner or a southerner?
That's easy. How do you pronounce this word?
Biv.
All right, they got me with that one. I wasn't expecting that. Bath? Both? Does this determine whether you're a northerner or southerner? Like your accent? Or is it just how you pronounce Bath?
Welcome to Map Men. We're the men.
And here's the MIP.
Map men, map men, map men.
I've reacted to a couple of videos by Jay Foreman and this little Map Men intro. It never gets old. It's really good.
For the purposes of this episode, Jay is from the south of England, and I am from the south of England. We both are.
Ever since the Vikings invaded the north of England and slowly spread the gene that lets you wear no clothes in the winter, the two sides have viewed each other with suspicion.
Northerners accuse Southerners.
Hold on. Okay, there's a lot going on here. And I'm actually very happy they are explaining a little bit of what this north-south thing is about, or what it means. Because I know they're going to talk about where exactly England is divided into this is the north and this is the south. I guess there has to be a line somewhere, technically, to like decide where exactly you are. Wouldn't it just be in the middle? I guess we're going to learn about that. But what is the, like, does it matter? Does it matter if you're a northerner or southerner? Is this a whole thing? I'm so glad they're talking about this a bit.
Ever since the Vikings invaded the north of England and slowly spread the gene that lets you wear no clothes in the winter, the two sides have viewed each other with suspicion.
Northerners accuse Southerners of speaking with evil accents, going to Eton, and saying the word mahogany at least twice a day.
While Southerners accuse Northerners of being in Coronation Street and giving back videos you've lent them unrewound.
Giving back videos unrewound. Wow, when was this made? We're talking about VHS tapes, like not rewinding the video? That's funny. I understand the reference, though. Maybe that shows my age a little bit, but there's a serious rivalry going on here. Like, at least, you know, they're joking around a lot. They're making they're poking a lot of fun at this, so it's kind of hard for me to really understand how serious this all is. But there seems to genuinely be some kind of rivalry or something, or some relationship between the north and the south of England, where you guys view each other a certain way. Is that fair to say?
And it's important to know which side you're on. After all, it could affect your house price, education, or your life expectancy. Come on, you south!
What? Oh.
So where exactly?
Oh my god. I get it. I feel silly, like, stopping it and, you know, like, pointing out every joke. I feel like but I'm so happy with myself. I understand the jokes. And so the life expectancy is not a real thing. Only if you're shouting your allegiance at a football match in the wrong place or something.
Is the line. We'll now attempt to draw it.
Okay. From top to bottom, England is 423 miles long, and the halfway point is in the Foundry Shopping Centre in Scunthorpe, which is here.
But that would give the south
Okay.
a population 6 times bigger than the north, and it would put Sheffield in the south, and that just doesn't feel right.
Sheffield? Is that significant? Is Sheffield... how does this work? Obviously, as an American, this is something that it really feels like you have to be British and probably English specifically to really understand all of the nuances of this. Sheffield, is that that's a place where it just feels like that should be in the north, even though geographically it's very south in England? They went ahead and did what I thought was the logical thing. Take England and just cut it in half, top and bottom. But like they said, that means there's a huge discrepancy in population size. Did they say there's way more people in the south if you do this?
But that would give the south a population 6 times bigger than the north.
So that would make so there's a lot. I guess that makes sense because is London in the south? My God, my English geography is so bad. But that it basically there's a lot more people living in the south part of England. Is there any reason for that? Maybe it's warmer. I'm actually thinking geographically it gets colder the more north you go. So maybe that's why, or I don't know.
And it would put Sheffield in the south, and that just doesn't feel right. No, that just doesn't feel right, no.
So, let's take population spread into account.
We'll use your one.
So, here is a new map which shows the country split into an equal 26.5 million people on each side, and that puts the line here.
How is he so good at drawing a squiggly version of England so quickly? How's he doing that? But anyway, all right, new line. I just realized, they're just arbitrarily drawing some lines on a map. Is there actually a consensus among English people where you're a northerner and where you're a southerner? Does everyone agree on this, or do you get to choose from one of these options they're doing?
Well, 26.5 million people on each side, and that puts the line here.
Huh.
But that would put Norfolk in the north. No, that doesn't feel right either, no.
Let's see where the great British public feel it is.
What? I don't understand some of these references about Norfolk and whatnot. So there's some towns or cities in England that are just known for being north or south. You just feel a certain way about them. Is that what they're getting on about? So if you do it by population size only, then the division line goes really far down south in England. But now they're going to talk about what the people of England feel. And that's kind of what I want to know. Oh, interesting.
Well, our results were pretty inconclusive.
What the heck?
Londoners drew the line immediately north of Watford,
Geordies drew the line immediately south of Sunderland.
and people from Birmingham kept insisting there's a place called the Midlands.
I feel like I've heard of the Midlands or something. Isn't that really a thing? That's the middle part. Is there a middle part now? It's not just north and south. There's a middle, the Midlands. Is that a thing? Is that a joke? They're chuckling about it. So really, if we get down to it, it depends on who you are in England, where you are, and kind of your own personal biases or opinions. So no one really knows where the north-south divide is in England. Is that how it works?
But idiots. What we need is a geography teacher. In
Okay.
2007, a proper academic study was carried out by Professor Danny Dorling, taking a range of cultural and economic factors into account.
Okay.
This is the line he came up with.
What's noteworthy is that the line goes up at an angle, which puts Leicester, which is further north than Coventry, in the south, and Coventry, which is further south than Leicester, in the north, and vice versa.
What?
And we can tell that Professor Dorling did his research properly, because the line is incredibly squiggly indeed.
So now, no matter
The line is incredibly squiggly. What is it? This is like what you get when you do some kind of geographical study? I wish they'd go into depth on why is rugby and Leicester, excuse my pronunciation, more south than, say, Meriden or something. Yeah, what's it all about? How's this being decided? Does it really depend on the people who are living there? Do people in England actually have qualities, measurable qualities of being northern or southern, or is that a little presumptuous? Or I don't know.
So where we live, we all know exactly which side of the line we're on.
Thanks, Danny.
But here at MapMen, we think we've spotted something of a trend.
It seems pronounced north-south divisions don't just affect England. Many countries have top-bottom rather than sidey-side splits.
New Zealand's North and South Island hate each other. Italy has a vicious economic north-south divide. The USA has its Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah, we have like a southern United States, sure. Or some people call it like the Bible Belt or the southern states, but that really doesn't come up that much in like day-to-day American conversation or thought, or it's not really something that people think about too deeply or too much. I mean, maybe they do sometimes when it's convenient, but I don't know. I'm trying to understand, because you could argue there's like a North and Southern United States, but I just feel like a lot of Americans don't care about that very much at all, and don't hold any kind of. I mean, yeah, I should, when I actually think about it, and I'm honest, there's some prejudices and presumptions people have about Southerners in the United States. That's true. There's not much of a stereotype about Northern states, or maybe Western states a little bit. Okay, when I'm honest with myself, I guess this sort of exists in the United States. It just feels like it's not really a big thing. So I'm just trying to understand, how big of a thing is this in England? Do people actually care? Like, is this a big deal, or is it just like, oh, you're a Northerner, huh? Okay. Or as a Southerner, are you like, oh, you're a Northerner, or is it just like this friendly rivalry, like whatever thing? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
And that's not mentioning the Koreas, Argentina, Belgium, France, Vietnam, and of course the entire world.
So why north-south? Is it climate? Physiological bias towards top-bottom rather than sidey-side?
Yeah.
Or is it just because lots of countries are tall rather than fat? Or is this theory just complete bollocks? We don't know, but why not argue about it in the comments section?
We don't know.
I will. Oh, I've got Wales again.
Wales doesn't count.
Mahogany.
Oh my God, the disrespect, the Wales roast at the end. But anyway, this is about England. So we're ending the video saying we don't quite know why we care about this, why there's a north-south divide, exactly where it is. We don't know. We just know that it's a thing and people kind of care about it. Is that basically right? I'm not sure, but this was really interesting because as an American, I really don't know anything about this. This is pretty unique to English culture, I think. So it was really fun to learn about, and I definitely feel like I understand it better, but not completely. So anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment, especially if you're British or in England specifically. Maybe you can comment on this whole north-south divide thing and where you think it is and why it matters. That'd be really interesting to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Britain and learning about British culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.